All right, guys, those just tuning in, I played Imperial Agents, and unfortunately, final score, Custodes 100 to Imperial Agent 61.
Yep.
Now, mind you, one thing that we do, Lane and I do a lot of times when we're playing, testing new armies, is we like to do the, adept or die, because it allows us to get a feel for the army on the secondary game.
Mm-hmm.
That played hugely into your benefit for the fixed secondaries. Being able to switch that out. So talk to us a little bit about that. That was definitely simple tech, but it worked.
Yeah, and I've seen that in tournaments like a few times. It's good for taking tactical, but also really good for fixed. Just being able to switch out to a third fixed secondary after a while, especially if it's something you can score really fast. Like if you're going against maybe an army that has a whole bunch of characters that are pretty squishy in toughness 3. Yep. So I was able to score. I scored Assassinate, maxed it out before my turn 3 because I picked up a character in DJ's fight phase. So, or no, in the Overwatch. It was the Overwatch. It was the last one. Curator X's is Overwatch.
And here I was the one who was assisting him when he was like moving stuff around. I said, well, I needed this. I'm like, no. You've already scored 20. Let's get that last 20. Here's this. I'm like, dude, you literally max out secondary turn 4. So.
Yeah, it was a pretty strong ability, and obviously for it was helpful for you too, being able to swap out. It is kind of tricky because you got to put it back into the deck. So if something you don't want to do at all, the ability to pull it out, you're going to put it back in the deck and shuffle it in. So you might find it later on if you don't want it. But
yeah, I was definitely more concerned that I wanted to have secondaries to pitch for CP, and I don't think that was necessary. So now moving forward, for starters, I already told Lane, I will be playing Imperial Agents one last time next week. Well, maybe not. Maybe one last time for this succession, because I do want to get an army ready for my return to competitive 40K tournaments, November 16th. But literally, no, but I do want to get something ready. And obviously, even if I wanted to play this, we're not going to have it ready in time. Yeah, we're not going to have a model. I mean, we're still hunting models for this thing. And conversions. I've heard some good conversion ideas, but still, that's stuff that we got to work on. But I'm going to play it one more time next week. Not this list, because we're going to talk about some changes. But I want to go through, talk about the Custodes, some cool stuff with there first. And then we'll talk about the agents and finish it off with that. Custodes, still super uber duper tough. Mm-hmm. This definitely played well into your, definitely really was super supportive for you for being able to switch that out and do the secondaries and be able to play on fixed, especially because, like you said, I did have a lot of characters into there. And the 2 Caladius tanks. But Eversor.
Yeah, he was kind of hilarious.
Both were.
Yeah. Sad that he died to an explosion because he would have gotten in there and wrecked that entire squad.
Yeah, he would have. Oh, yeah.
Well, no, he had already used his big moves. He would only get 6 attacks in the squad, but along with the
Still, you were not fighting Space Marines. You're fighting toughness 3 bodies in there.
Yeah, so kind of hilarious that he scraped 6 wounds off the Imperial Knight when they fought.
That was just too much. Yeah, that was too much to recover from. Ugh.
Yeah, I remember a couple editions ago, an Imperial Knight, even with all guns, just a stomping feat would get like 12 attacks at strength 8, AP 2 damage, and now it's just 4 attacks on the Crusader. So
yeah, because it was like its base really attack profile, and then you would just like multiply it by a certain amount or something like that.
Yeah.
I think.
So, but no, the Custodes felt good. Like I said, I tried this list once before. I like having 2 Caladius. If you've watched me in the past playing Custodes, I think I only had 1, so I only ran 1, and just 1 is not enough. I think 2 is a much better number, either 0 or 2, because having 2 of them gives you enough shooting consistency to actually make the shooting count for something. I agree.
So next week, like I said, you're going to be probably running the Votan, I think.
If you want to try Imperial Agents in the Votan.
You're going to play Imperial Agents in the Votan. Let us know what you guys think. And now, real quick, the Imperial Agents. Let's talk about this real quick. So, because obviously, guys, I'm up for some suggestions. There were some suggestions before in the comments section. I'm going to look back over those now, seeing some of this. Okay, first of all, be gentle to me. This was the first time I played Imperial Agents. So there was probably going to be some mistakes. Already there was mistakes going in with the enhancement and how I was trying to work the enhancement. So that kind of left things choppy. So now looking into it and looking back into it, the breachers were not bad. Better than they seem on on paper. A lot of shots.
It'll be better into vocab.
Subjugators got kind of squishy. They get hit, they just got wrecked. So that was disappointing. I think I need to play them more onto the objectives defensively in the scenario so that they can utilize, since they have the fight on death utilization. And then as far as changes,
did we remember to use that at all?
It was never effect because I attacked you. Because I either charged you or I fought first because of the phase.
Yeah, it never came up.
It never came up. It was in my mind.
I don't think I charged them at any point.
But the breachers, I did like them. I think I could probably cut down a little bit, maybe down to 4, so I can put Voidsman at arms in off that deep strike to be able to have them to do play the missions, play the secondaries.
Yeah.
I think I really want to go over into fixed. I like engage on all fronts and behind enemy lines for this one. We were discussing that before.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure about the Vindicare. Eversor or Caluxus, like people can tell me don't take the Caluxus. Oh, it's this. Oh, just switch it out for a Psyker. He deep strikes within 3 inches. He causes battle shock, and that can just completely rupture someone's entire game play for scoring secondaries and stuff, or primaries and stuff like that. I'm going to run the Caluxus. And then when he run into psychic matchups, he is just a monster. So the Caluxus is going to be in there. He's a great utility. I like him. I think I gave you the Calidus too early. I wasn't expecting you to actually push into her in that sense. I probably should have just kept her back and picked up and started moving her around the table more. So I think that was a mistake. Vindicare, I got to think about. He didn't really do anything this game, but there really wasn't a lot for him to do.
Yeah, I think there's more interesting things you can do with 100 points, like take a Rhino or something. And you can move breachers up in that, and then they get out, and they can actually throw some demo charges, because I think you only got to do that once this game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's that, and just also having some vehicles such as that to be able to move block with might be helpful. That's definitely something to look at. Draxus was MVP, I think, on both sides of the coin for us. Draxus was just great.
Yeah, I mean, we both had the ability to give her reroll wounds, and that just makes her cook. She really cooks.
Yeah. But I think that I definitely want to go back, reevaluate some things, look at that. I like the Crusader. I don't hate the Crusader. I think he was fine. It definitely gives me some weapons that I don't normally have that I think are necessary with those guns. Like, I know a lot of people are high on Canis Rex. But the big kicker for me is, and I said this in my video, he is he does wound higher, but he's 4 like he's got a strength 14 versus the strength 12 of the thermal cannon, but he's only 4 damage.
It's D6 shots, so it's really swingy.
D6 shots, yes. Where the thermal is 2d6, 2d3 shots, so you have a better chance of not getting super, super low. You're only wounding those toughness 12 things. You're only wounding on 4s versus wounding on 3s. But when you do wound, now if you're within that melter range, which most of the time I should be able to, this game I just couldn't get close enough to. D6 plus 6 damage is huge. And also, once Canis Rex finishes shooting with that gun, that's it. The Crusader still has the missiles, the Gatling cannon. It has everything else.
Canis can punch really hard, too.
Canis can punch really hard, too.
Real hard, and flat 9 damage.
It
Strength
is.
20. Yes,
flat 9, I
sir.
thought it was flat 8. But either way, yes, Canis can punch really hard. But do you, in this matchup, do you really think I would have ever gotten Canis Rex close enough to punch those Caladius?
No, maybe. It depends.
I don't think so. I don't think I would have ever gotten him close enough to it. And I think that that's in part to, like, one, it's easy to stop him, to get in his way, because he's only 1 knight. And 2, I have a lot of stuff on the table. So I have a lot of stuff that's going to get in my way as well. So I think that's a big thing of it. I definitely need to figure out, I need some better, I hate to do this to you, Lane. Hopefully you won't be mad at me. But I think next week I need to borrow a 10-man squad of the Death Watch.
Not my Death Watch. No one plays my Death Watch but me.
No one watches my death. But I feel like the big thing is I need something that can pick up some combat answers. And I think that's going to be coming from the Death Watch. The Grey Knights, you can only take a 5-man squad. Sisters really don't have that combat output. And when I look through everything, I didn't want to do it initially for the first roll of it. But I definitely feel like if taking a 10-man squad, putting them in a Rhino, and putting a Watchmaster with them, investing that 300-400 point package is probably what I need to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, I need that combat package to have that happen. So
yeah, it gives you a real strong threat that projects out because the disembark and the advance and charge and all that stuff. It gives them a pretty big threat range.
Yeah, and it's one thing that the Army lacks. And I mean, on top of being able to take something like the subjugators, getting them into subductors, getting them on the objective and having the Death Watch be able to clean it, then lets the subductors just sit on the objective and hold it and do stuff like that. And I feel like, and also try to control the battlefield for other things like the breachers to be able to do positioning and stuff like that. So I definitely, I would consider running 2, but I think it's too expensive. I think I just one squad, one good, solid Death Watch kill team with a Watchmaster. Artemis, I mean, he stands back up. I've considered him.
Just hilarious. Just take him solo and walk him out there to do like a secondary of some sort. And if he dies, he pops back up.
So I'm definitely going to be looking into that more. I definitely feel like 100%. I'm going to need a kill team in here. So that's going to be a big part of it. But yeah, I got a week to mess with this and get a Jimmy and jiving, and then I'll figure out after that what am I actually going to take to a tournament? October. And since October will be coming up and we have our traditional pumpkin battle.
Yeah. We need to have a Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we want to do
Necrons.
I don't know. I don't want to do Poxwalkers again.
No.
There's so many Poxwalkers.
So Lane needs an idea. Lane needs an idea for something Halloween themed that he's going to play. I will be playing Necrons and Skeletons. So some type of spooky theory of it. I mean, I'm thinking I'll just run like 120 warriors.
Sure.
Something like that. I don't know. But we'll think of it. Something Halloween themed. Lane needs an idea.
Yeah, I don't want to run my Poxwalkers. We did that last year. They're just the worst. They're not good, and they're just frustrating to play. So
for those who don't know, we also gave the Poxwalkers the battle line keyword for that matchup, so Lane was able to flood the battle with Poxwalkers. But still, yeah, and they lost. I am the Punk King, and we also need to start working towards a title match here soon, Mister. Yeah, you got to defend that title here. You've won that thing, and you've yet to defend it with a Marine army of your choosing that will hold that title, and you have to pick that.
Maybe we'll try with Blood Angels here soon.
Ooh.
I know other channels have run the new Blood Angels Codex. I'm not going to do it till we actually have the points, but I've got some models ready to use my Death Watch's Blood Angels. So I'll look forward to that here soon.
Yep.
Whenever GW gives us the points.
Yep, and as well, look forward to, we will be getting the Discord up and running here soon. I just have a couple more things to tweak and finish up with everything to get that situated. Hopefully get that. The plan is early October to have that launching. So that's our plan. Wow, we're almost a real channel now. All right, guys. Well, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.